You're at 109 right now.
One, two, 1, 2. The weather is turbulent. The wind. So if you notice behind me, we got the rickshaws. This is from the Edo period. This reminds me of Flowers of the Killer's Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flowers Moon. Because this rickshaw, this whole area, this is Kawagawa. This is that rich area of the Edo dynasty, of the Edo period in Japan. So these were the richest. This was the rich, wealthy, time in Japan's history. Pre-Western influence. Yeah, I don't know the history and all that kind of stuff, but this is Japan. Kawagoe. Let me check how it looks. The sun's coming back out, which is cool. So it's been overcast. It's been very cloudy for much of the day, and then it rained. So it's like real spotty. You never know what you're gonna get from moment to moment. Now the sun is out, which is great. All right, let me take a gander at the camera, see how I'm looking. All right, for the most part, everything looks good, so we can keep filming. So this is Kawagoe, and this was the center of the Edo dynasty, Edo period. And so I don't know what building this is I'm standing in front of. It's important though. A lot of merchants. This is the merchant street right here. So, and the guys selling their services, their rickshaw services, are right around here. They get their exercise and they make a good little bit of change. So here's what I want to say. The videos I've been making are about soul searching for soul. Not my soul, but just soul in general. And Japan is a highly spiritual place where a lot of soul can be found. And I was wondering the other day about the soul bars and how do they stay alive when it's black music. It's not Japanese culture. Here's my response to that as of today. So Japan's culture and history is long history. And for what was happening in America during the time that jazz was popular, 1940s, 1950s, 60s, I mean, like really, really popular in its heyday, that was something interesting that was taking place that the Japanese took notice of. I think this is what I'm guessing. They were like, look at what's happening in America. They're playing a type of music. They're doing it like this. It's created by these black Americans. And it was just something interesting. As human beings, we're curious by nature. So whatever was going on in America, the Japanese were like, hey, what's up with that? Let me tap into that. And it's not even about appropriating culture. It's about just appreciating culture. It's about being alive. It's about being human. That's what that's about. So I think like all of the dynasties and everything that's happening in Japan, that was one thing. But then also in America's a new company. Yeah, it is a new corporation on the block, right? A new country. And so what's happening in America interests the world and influence the world also. So I think that's what happened. With being for me as a Black American, for me being here in Japan, it's really important that I get out to these places outside of Tokyo, the usual haunts, and see these really highly spiritual places, and like really try to take in the Japanese culture and the history. Not for my sake, but for the sake of others, for those of you who are watching who can't, be here. Because I was listening to the interview with John Coltrane, recorded in the 1960s when he was here in Tokyo. And he was talking about how he wanted to get out to the rural areas, He was saying he wanted to get out and he wanted to really see what life is like in Japan. The rain is starting to fall. Pull my umbrella out. It might pick up in a second, I don't know. But yeah, so John Coltrane. Oh, look at the wind. Boy, oh boy, what a day. John Coltrane was here. I was looking for the interview in which John Coltrane said that he wanted to be a saint. He said that in Japan, when he was in Japan, probably when he was in Tokyo, right? He said he wanted to be a saint. Now, peep game. When I went to the local temple over here, Kitain, Kitain temple over here in Kawagoe. I was listening to a Love Supreme. I've been playing my jazz playlist, but when I entered the temple, a Love Supreme, which is part of that playlist, began to play, and I was like, yo. A flood of ideals, rushed to me. The idea that John Coltrane has a church in San Francisco. The idea that John Coltrane was in Japan when he said during an interview, he said he wanted to be a saint. It's a confluence of events, of ideas that just came together. Synchronicity in that moment when I walked into that temple, it was like, yo, I'm thinking about John Coltrane. I'm thinking about so many things. This is dope. The buses pulled up. Let's get a shot at the buses so you can see what I see. Yeah, so see, this is a photo point. It says photo spot, video too. Try it. Yeah, so John Coltrane was here, and he wanted to get outside and wanted to see some other things. So this is important for me to get out and see some other things and just vibe, document as well, right? Definitely have to document. I pulled up and I went to a little shop, and the shop said that they were selling beans, little sweet beans. They were delicious. I don't know if they were meant to be candy, but they were sweet. It was perfect. And so the beans are black, and they said that the black color was used to ward off evil spirits. I thought that was interesting. But back to John Coltrane having a church in San Francisco. John Coltrane saying that he wanted to be a saint when he was in Japan. And today he's like, if he isn't truly a saint, he's doggone close to it. I think he is a saint. Let's just give him that. And when I walked into the temple, I was listening to A Love Supreme. It just made for a highly spiritual moment. Just like, are you kidding me? Is A Love Supreme actually playing when I'm here at this particular temple in and around Tokyo? And then I listened when I was at the temple. I made sure to sit down and to play the interview with John Coltrane, so I was able to listen and hear his voice, hear him speak. And so it was like, it was deep. That car's license plate is 1010. I have something to say about the license plates out here, too, because I don't understand. They're so different. Let me stick to one topic. John Coltrane. John Coltrane and what was it? And I listened to his voice. His voice was as clear as, as I am talking right now. And I thought, man, I thought about Diggable Planets, time and space, a new refutation, a refutation of time and space. And so, damn girl, you fine. Wow. So, a new refutation of time and space. Like, in that space, at that particular time, I was traveling because I could literally hear the man's voice as clear as day, as if he were right there speaking, as if they were right there, as if he were right there being interviewed at that day, at that time, in that place, time and space. Wow, that is deep. So that was pretty cool. So it's rich. To know history, to have an appreciation for it, to expand one's palette with regard to musical genres. I'm not on only hip hop, even though I've had some beautiful hip hop experiences right here in Tokyo, going to JBS, having Kobayashi-san play some really memorable, hip hop hits, to just listening to jazz on my iPhone, just listening to the jazz, and then knowing that Tokyo was a important hub for musicians, and how their souls, their spirits resonated here. I just came out of a shop that promoted stuff about aura, and they talking real spirituality type of stuff, but it's deep, it's real. So I just felt a drop of rain, precipitation. Was there anything else that I wanted to add? Anything else that comes to mind? I thought that traveler over there was a black man. He's a brown dude, but I thought it was a black, I was like, oh, a black American. Nah. I saw a black family. As soon as I pulled up around the corner, I saw a black family. I don't know what the makeup is, right? But as far as, black Americans go, I've been the only one, I think, represented so far that I've seen. I haven't seen myself. I haven't seen reflections of myself yet. I've seen reflections of Asians from other countries. China is represented. Japan, certainly. Haven't heard any Korean spoken. Yep. All right. Let's keep it pushing, eh? Let's keep it pushing. We're gonna move. We're gonna move to a new location. That's enough of seeing me. Kawagoe. Kawagoe. Over here. The guys are over there, right there that you see, trying to get some business for their rickshaws. They're trying to drum up some business. It's been a beautiful day, and you're with me on this journey through time and space. So when you see this, you'll be watching this in the future at a different time, and the visuals will take you to a space perhaps far from where you are. But it's all good. It's all love. Peace and blessings from iSee109. The beautiful ladies. Ooh, look at that car. Got a lot of beauty in that shot. But I'm not going to put the camera on them. They might not want that.
October 9th. That's where it starts.
You see, it's the same old thing.